In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a basic course in MemberPress Courses. So you can see here that I already have a basic membership site set up. It's got a blog, which is free, and some members-only content, which is just recipes right now. So in this video, I'm going to create a course and then add it to my members-only offerings. And I'll add it as a menu item here. And my course itself will be protected, so only my pro members can see it. So if I go to sign up, you can see that I have 2 membership levels available for people to buy. My basic membership gives recipes, and my pro membership gives both recipes and the course I'm about to create. So later, I'm going to create a rule that protects my cooking course so only people with my pro membership can see it. And as always, if you like the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for all of our latest tips and tricks on running your membership site. So to get started adding my course, I'll go to my WordPress dashboard, then go to MemberPress and Courses. So on my site, I already have MemberPress installed and activated and some basic membership features like my memberships and my group. But I haven't used my Courses add-on yet, so when you go to it for the very first time, you'll see this page here. Just click Activate Courses Add-on, and you'll see that it's been activated. Then I'll go back to MemberPress and Courses, and you'll see this page here. To create my first course, I'll click Add New. And then I'll be taken to the Course Edit page here. Now I'll click this and enter a title for my course. And then here underneath, you can add a description for the course as well. Now, this isn't where you're going to add the lessons to your course. You're going to do that up here in the Curriculum tab. So here, I'll just type a description for the course. Then, once I'm done, I'll come up here and click Publish. Then it'll ask me, are you ready to publish? And I'll click Publish. And you can see that it's now live. And it'll give me my course address here. Now, before I move on and build my course, I'll show you a couple options. If you go to the Course tab here, you can see some options relating to your course. Here, you'll see the URL slug, which is the last part of the URL for the course. So, you can see the course URL right here. It'll be yoursite.com.net or whatever it is, /courses, /the URL slug for the course. And right here, you can change the slug if you want to. It's auto-generated based on your title here. So you can see that it auto-generated for my title, and then just put a dash between the 2 words. I could change it to be something like this, and it'll reflect the change here. Just be sure to hit Update to save it. But I do want that dash in there, so I'll just add it back. Here under Course Categories and Course Tags, you can add categories and tags to your course. These not only come in handy when organizing your courses, but they can be used to protect your courses in MemberPress too. I'm going to be using tags to protect this course later in the video. So, as an example, say I wanted to add a tag to this course called Pro Course. I could just type Pro Course here, which is my tag, and then hit Enter, and it'll create the tag and add it to the course. But I want to show you another way to do this, so I'm going to remove the tag here for now. Under Featured Image, you can set an image that will show up on the course listing. So just click Set Featured Image here. And I already have some cooking-related images on my media library. So I'll just select one and click Set Featured Image here. And it'll add it. And then here you'll see some other options like Excerpt and some options relating to my theme here. So to save everything that I've changed, I'll click Update. Okay, now I'm going to start building the actual course curriculum itself. So I'll come over here to the Curriculum tab. The first thing you'll see is Add Section. You could think of sections kind of like chapters or modules for your course. You can use sections to kind of organize your course. So I'll click Add Section and give my first section a name, like Getting Started. Then I'll hit Enter, and it'll give you options to add a lesson or add a quiz. For right now, I'm going to add a bunch of lessons to my sections, and I'll show you how to add a quiz later. So for this example, my first lesson will be Intro to Cooking. Then I'll hit Enter to save it, and it just added that lesson to my section. I'll add some more lessons to this first section, and that's all the lessons I want in my first section. Now, I'm going to fast forward the video and create some more sections and lessons for my course. Okay, so now I have all my sections and lessons created. Now, if you hover over each individual lesson, you'll notice these three icons here. First, I'm going to click Update to save all my lessons. Then, I'll click the View icon, and you can see that it takes me to my lesson page. Now, this will look completely different in my course when this is all done, but I just wanted to show you that it opens a lesson in a new tab here. This next icon here lets you edit the individual lesson, which we'll see later. And this X icon will let you remove this lesson from the section. Now, clicking this X won't actually delete the lesson completely from your site. So, I'll go ahead and click it just to show you. It'll remove the lesson from the section, but if I want to delete it altogether, I do that over here in the Course tab. Then I'll search for the lesson, and I'll see it here, Intro to Cooking. If I want to delete it altogether from my site, I can click this trash icon here. But I want it back in my section, so I can click it here and drag it over. Now, another thing about this edit page is the ability to drag and drop items. I can hover over my individual lessons and drag and drop them here. And I can hover over my sections and drag and drop them too. Now, I'm going to click Update to make sure everything's saved. Then I'll hover over my first lesson and click to edit it. Then I'm taken to my lesson edit page. Over here in the lesson tab, you have a lot of the same options that we saw earlier. You can set a featured image, view the lesson, and change the lesson slug here. Now, going back to the block editor and clicking the plus sign icon, you have a lot of WordPress blocks you can use to build out your lesson. Now, when I build these, I'm going to keep this pretty basic for this video. I have a YouTube video I want to embed, so I'm going to click the YouTube block here and embed my video. Then, underneath, just for my example, I'm going to paste some dummy text below. So I'll go ahead and paste it here. And this is what I want for my first lesson. So I'll come over here and click Update to save it. Now I'll go back to my course and hover over my lesson and click to view it. And here's what my lesson page looks like so far. Now, there is a way to make this look a lot better, and that's through the Classroom Mode feature, which we highly recommend that you enable. So I'll close out of my lesson page, and I'll go back to my WordPress dashboard, and then go to MemberPress and Courses. And here you can see my course. So I'm going to hover over it and click View, and here's what my course page itself looks like. It's not bad, but I want to make this look a lot better. And also, if I come up here to the URL and get rid of the cooking essentials, so I just go to my courses page, which is my site/courses. Here's my course listings page right now, which I only have one, but here's what it looks like. So I'll navigate back to my dashboard. Then I'm going to go to MemberPress and Settings and the Courses tab. And real quick, before I enable Classroom Mode, this here next to Courses slug is the slug for your course's main page, which is /courses. We recommend just leaving this set to Courses here, but in case you want your courses page to be something else besides your site/courses, you can change that here. And then here next to Classroom Mode is where I'm going to enable Classroom Mode. So I'll click to enable it, and you can see it brings up some more options to change your logo and your colors. I'm just going to leave these set as they are since I'm going to change my logo and colors later with the WordPress Customizer. So I'll come down here to the bottom and click Update Options. Okay, now just to show you, I'll go back to MemberPress and Courses and hover over my course and click View. And now with the Classroom Mode feature enabled, this is what it looks like by default. And then I'll come up here to my URL and get rid of Cooking Essentials to just go to my main courses page. And here's what it looks like. Now I'll navigate back to my dashboard. And then I'll go to MemberPress, Settings, and go to the Courses tab again. Now I want to change my colors and logo, but I'm going to use the WordPress customizer to do that. So right here in the Courses tab, you'll see this link up top for WordPress Customizer. I'll click that, and it'll open the customizer. Now, here on the left, select MemberPress Classroom. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is select my logo, which will appear right here on the course pages. So I'll click Select Image, then click my logo here, which is already uploaded in my media library. Then I'll click Choose Image. And now you can see my logo here. Next, I'm going to change the brand color. So right here, I'll click on Select Color. So I want it to be like a dark brown. So I'll select that. And a little bit darker. And that looks good to me. And the rest of these colors, I'll just leave as is. Then I'll come up here and click Publish. And just one note, this progress color refers to these colors here, and the color of the progress bar here that users are going to see when they're completing the course. So once that's saved, I'll exit the customizer, and then I'll go back to Courses, and click to view my course. And here's what it looks like. Then I'll click Start on my first lesson, and here's what that lesson looks like. Now, I'll go back into my course edit page. And then I'll click on the Settings tab. And here on this page are settings for the individual course, which in my case is Cooking Essentials. This first setting here, including course listing, when enabled, will display the listing for this course on the main courses page. So, just to show you, I'll open a new tab and paste a URL for my main courses page, my site/courses. And here's my course listing. But if I go back to my settings and then click to disable this and click Update, I'll go back to my courses page and hit refresh, and you can see that no courses are found. So I'll go back to my settings and choose to enable that. This next setting, Use Accordion in Lesson Sidebar, will display your lessons in the left sidebar in a collapsible accordion style. So just to show you, I'll come over here and click Update to make sure that all this is saved, and I'll make sure that this setting here is disabled. Now I'll go back to my courses page and click my individual course, and then click to start the lesson. So once a student's in a lesson itself, they'll be able to see all of their upcoming lessons and past lessons here on the left. And you can see that they're all listed like this. So I'll go back to Settings and click to enable the Accordion Lesson sidebar. And I'll click Update. And now I'll go back to my lesson, click Refresh, and it'll display the lessons here. It'll only show the lessons for the current section that I'm on, and I can use the accordion like so. Now, going back to the settings, the next one is Sales Page. Now, this will make more sense later when I protect this course with a rule, but this setting makes it so if someone who doesn't have access to this course comes across the course page, they'll be redirected to the Sales Page, which you'll set here. You could set this to your pricing page, or in my case, since only Pro members have access to this course, I'll set this to be the registration page for my Pro membership, which is the page that people will buy my Pro membership. So to show you, I'll click Update to save everything. Then I'll go back to my WordPress dashboard, go to Memberships, and then here under URL for my Pro membership, this is the registration page for my Pro membership. So I'll highlight that and copy it. Then I'll go back to Courses, click my course, go back to Settings, and paste that page here as my sales page. Now, these three settings here mostly pertain to quizzes, but this first one has to do with lessons too. Require previous lesson quiz makes it so that students have to complete each lesson at a time and makes it so they can't skip ahead in the course. You can enable this to require the current lesson or quiz to have to be completed before they can start the next lesson or quiz. So, in other words, the first lesson of a section will require the last lesson of a previous section to be completed before a student can move on. And that'll pertain to quizzes too, so I'll go ahead and enable that. And these next two settings have to do with quizzes, which I'll show you in a bit. So actually, I don't want the accordion to be enabled. And I'll click Update to save everything. Now, I'll go back to the Curriculum tab, and I'll show you how to add a quiz to your sections. Now, see our support docs page on adding quizzes to your courses for a much more detailed explanation about this. I'll just give you a very basic rundown right now. So, in my first section, I want to add a quiz here to the end of my first section. So, I'll click Add Quiz. Then, I'll name it Section 1 Quiz. Then, I'll hover over the quiz and click the Edit icon. Since I didn't click Update after creating my quiz, it'll prompt me to save and exit, which I'll click. Then, I'm taken to my quiz edit page. Again, this quiz is going to be very basic, but to add questions, click this plus sign icon here. In the Blocks tab under Courses Questions, here are all the question types you can add. Multiple choice lets you ask a question and enter any number of answers where only one can be correct. Multiple answer is similar, but more than one answer can be correct. True-false is simple, either true or false can be the correct answer. Short answer lets you ask a question, and students answer it in the form of one line or a paragraph. Essay is similar to short answer, but it allows you to set a minimum and maximum character length on it, so students must adhere to those character limits. So, just click on the question block you want to add it to your quiz page. So, for my multiple choice question, I'll click here and enter my question. So here, I'll click Write an Answer and enter my first answer. And then I'll click Add Answer option and enter a second answer. And then I'll add a third. And then with these radio buttons, I'll select which answer is my correct one, which is this one right here. Then I'll click the plus sign icon. Then I'll click True/False to add another question. And then the same thing, use these radio buttons to select which answer is correct. Once you have a question block selected like so, here under the Block tab, you have some options. You could set a question to be required in order to submit the quiz, and you could set the amount of points this question's worth. For this one, I'll do 3 points. And here under Feedback for Wrong Answer, you can enter some custom text students will see when they get a question wrong. Whether or not students see this will depend on some settings, which I'll show you in a minute. So I'll go over here to my true/false question, and I'll give this 2 points. And I'll set it to be required. Then I'll click Update to save my quiz. Now I'll go back to my course edit page, and I'll click Settings again. Now the next setting you'll see here is Show Question Results. When enabled, when a student submits a quiz, it'll show them whether or not they got questions wrong or right. And enabling Show Question Answers will let students know what the correct answers are for the questions they got wrong. If you have Show Question Answers enabled, it'll also show them that custom message that I showed you earlier too. So for my quiz, I'll go ahead and select them both. And just one note, if you enable Show Question Answers, it'll enable Show Question Results by default. Now, I'll click Update to save this. Now, I'll go back to my Curriculum tab, and I'm going to pause the video to edit all my lessons with some videos and some sample text to make this example more realistic. Okay, now that my course is complete, next, I'm going to protect my course so only my Pro members can access it. So, I'll go back to my WordPress dashboard, and go to MemberPress and my Courses page. And here, you'll notice these columns that display different things about the course. And you can click on Screen Options here at the top to choose which of these columns to show or hide. And here, you'll notice 2 columns, one for course categories and one for course tags. I'm going to be using a course tag to protect my course with a MemberPress rule. You could protect courses with a category or some other ways, but for this example, I'm going to be using a tag. So, up here at the top next to Add New, you'll notice two buttons, one for categories and one for tags. I'll go ahead and click Tags. And here you can create a new tag. Now, I'm going to give this tag a name that will indicate that this course, and any others in the future with this tag applied to it, will only give access to members with a Pro membership. So, just as one use example, if I create more courses in the future that I only want Pro members to have access to, I could just apply this Pro course tag I'm about to create to those courses too. So, here under Name, I'll give it a name of Pro Course. And then here, the slug will be Pro-Course. And then here, you can give it a brief description. Then I'll click Add New Course Tag. And here, you can see my new tag. So now, if I click back to Courses, and click to edit my cooking course, here in the Course tab, under Course Tags, I can begin typing the name of the tag I just created. And it shows up here, Pro Course. I'll click that. Then I'll click Update to apply it. Now, if I go back to my Courses page, you can see here that the Pro Course tag is applied to it. Now, I'm going to set up a rule in MemberPress that protects this course. So, I'll go to MemberPress and Rules. Then I'll click Add New. And here under Protected Content, I'll click the dropdown, and I'll see a bunch of rules that pertain to courses. You could protect all quizzes, a single quiz, all courses or a single course, courses with a specific course category or courses with a specific course tag, or you could protect all lessons or just a single lesson. So you can see here that there's a lot of flexibility with protecting your courses. But for my example, I'm going to select Courses with Course Tag. And then here, I'll start typing my tag, and I'll select it here, Pro Course. Then under Access Conditions, I'll select Membership and Pro. Now, only those with my Pro membership will be able to access any course of mine with this Pro Course tag applied to it. Then I'll click Save Rule. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is add a link to my main courses page in my navigation menu. So if I go to this tab here with my site and hover over Members Only, I'm going to add a link to Courses here. So I'll go back to my WordPress dashboard, and here on the left, I'll go to Appearance and Menus. So you can see this item on my menu for Members Only, and here on the left, you'll see Courses. And if you don't see it here at first, just go up to Screen Options at the top and make sure to enable Courses. I'll expand Courses, then go up to View All and click Courses here and click Add to Menu. And I'll click and hold it here and drag and drop it right here beneath my recipes. Then I'll click this down arrow and I'll hover over this link here, which shows which page this actually is. And I can see here at the bottom, it's my courses page. You can change the navigation label if you want, but I'm going to keep mine Courses. Then here at the bottom, I'll click Save Menu. Now, if I go back to this tab with my home page, click Refresh, then hover over Members Only, you can see the Courses page added here. And it goes to my course page. Okay, now I'm going to show you what this looks like to an actual user of your site. So, going back to my dashboard, I'm going to open my site in a new incognito window as to not be logged in as my admin user. So, in the incognito window, if I go to Members Only and Courses, you'll see a lock icon next to my course. And if I try to view it, you can see that it redirects me to my Pro registration page, which I set up in the course settings. So now, I'll log in with a test user account that has a Pro membership. Now, logged in as a test user, I'll go to Members Only and Courses. Then I'll click to view my course, and you can see that I have access to it. So as the test user, I'll go ahead and start my first lesson, and then I'll click through the course. And also note that as I go through the course, you'll see the progress bar here letting the user know how far along they are in the course. And then I'll reach my quiz. I'll go ahead and answer this first question incorrectly, and the second question correctly. Then I'll click Submit. So it shows me my score at the top, and it lets me know that I got this first question wrong with the correct answer, and it shows me that I got the second question correct. Then I'll click Continue. Then I'll continue going through my course. So, as the test user, I'll stop right here at 52% complete. Then I'll back out of my course, and here on the curriculum page, I can see my percentage complete too, and where I left off in the course. Then, as a test user, I'll go back to the home page and go to Members Only and Account. This takes me to my MemberPress account page, which I set up on my nav menu earlier. MemberPress generates this page by default, and it's the page that your users can see all their account information and more. So if I go to the Courses tab, it shows me as the test user what courses I'm enrolled in and the progress I have complete here. And I can click the course here and be taken back to the course. Now I'll exit this incognito window and go back to my WordPress dashboard as my admin. So if I go to MemberPress and Courses, and here in the Participants column, I can see that I have one participant enrolled in the course, which is my test user. So if I click 1, it takes me to this page, which is a list of all members taking my course. And if I click this user's username, it takes me to their profile. And if I scroll down to Course Information, I can see what courses they're taking and what their progress is on each course. And if I needed to, I could reset their progress here, so they'd have to take the course over again. And that's it. You've now seen the basics of creating a course in MemberPress Courses. See our knowledge base for more information about courses in MemberPress. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos that makes getting MemberPress up and running a breeze.